Okay, she's looking crazy. She's looking a little crazy. I already did my primer. I have the under eye balm on and some color corrector. And then I'm going to go in with my foundation and I'm going to mix in a few drops of the NYX primer oil. It is my favorite way of all time to use this foundation, is to mix it in with a primer oil. It is so good like that. So I have 2 full syringes of the catrice, and then I put 3 drops of the primer oil in. If you hear my puppy in the background, I'm sorry. I did get a puppy. For those of you who don't know, I posted it a little bit on Instagram and on TikTok. I haven't made like a full-on announcement about it because it honestly just makes me like real sad. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. I wasn't ready to get a puppy because I'm like really still not over Levi, our other dog who passed away. If you have never seen any of my videos before, we had another dog pass away in 2020, like just over 6 months ago actually, and I am completely like not over it. Not ready for another dog, but we decided to get Ruger because he really needed a home like now, and secondly, I'm gonna be using this e.l.f. I've been really loving this e.l.f. brush, the medium size oval complexion brush. It is so good with these thicker foundations. I don't like it with thin foundations, but with thick foundations it's so good. I was not ready to get another dog because I'm still mourning Levi very badly. But Ruger, our new puppy, really needed a home. Like right now, he needed a new home. And I didn't want to see him go to a pound because he is a pit bull and people are not kind to pit bulls because they're ignorant about them. So I definitely didn't want him to go to the pound. And the other thing that really pushed Nathan and I to get a puppy right now is because our other dog, Aster, has been completely lost since Levi passed away. She's legitimately been depressed. When Levi passed away, for probably the first 2 months, she barely got out of her bed. She barely ate. She did not want to go outside. She barely drank water. Like, she really didn't want to do anything. Levi has literally been there since the day that we adopted Aster. She was actually returned to the San Antonio like Pet Society or whatever it's called, like the ASPCA, but like the San Antonio one, because she was adopted out to a horrible family for her and they were not nice to her at all. So look at that. Like, with the thicker foundations, this does not leave streaks or anything. With thin foundations, I find that it does, but look at that, like all that coverage, and I'm still glowing under my eye because of that eye balm. Yes, yeah. Okay, so Aster has had Levi since the day we adopted her, because I had had Levi for a long time before I met Nathan, and when Nathan and I first started dating, like a few months in, we adopted Aster together. She spent like months just cuddling the cat and not doing anything, and then she started to get a little bit of her energy back, but she literally never got 100% of it back, if that makes sense. She really only got back to about 60% of her normal self. She didn't really want to play anymore. She went outside a little bit more, but never wanted to like play or chase the ball or have any fun. Or we live on 4.5 acres of land, and she never wanted to like go into the field anymore. She never wanted to play anymore. She never recovered basically from not having Levi to play with. And it really was just breaking my freaking heart. Like, honestly, that was one of the hardest things for me, is like, I felt like a bad parent, basically, like a bad dog mom, because I could recognize in Aster that she needed a dog friend, but because I wasn't ready for another dog, we weren't getting another dog. That just like weighed on me very heavily. It honestly really did. Like, I know a lot of people don't care that much about their animals and they think that I'm crazy for treating them like my little babies, but that's how Nathan and I see our pets. We see them as like family members. We see the pets as our children. We both treat them that way. Ruger, can you not chew on that, please? Can you not chew on that, please? Chew on this. chew on this. Thank you. Nathan and I were like going back and forth on that for like 6 weeks maybe, because I just wanted to adopt again. Like I always rescue from shelters. If you saw my cat video, you know that my mom rescues cats. So anytime that we've had a pet growing up, it's been a rescue, whether it's a dog or a cat or whatever. And so to me, it's like very weird to not adopt from a rescue. And when we started talking about getting another dog, Nathan brought up that he might want to purchase a dog from a breeder. And so we had to go back and forth about that for a while, because I wasn't like super okay with that. Like I'm not accustomed to that. I've never even considered doing that. I've only ever thought about rescuing animals. Like when I wanted a new pet, it was always like, well, let's go down to the rescue, you know? So we were going back and forth about that situation for maybe like 6 weeks, 2 months. And it's also about like the cost of that. Like not only are you not rescuing a dog, you're purchasing them. The dog that he wanted is like $1,200. So it's like, okay, I guess we need to save up to purchase a dog. Like what? And then Ruger just kind of popped up. Like we know the people who got him, and it was really one of the kids that wanted him, and then the kid didn't take care of him, and the parents were like, okay, well, if you're not going to take care of him, then we got to get rid of him, because we're not going to take care of him for you because we didn't really want him. It's the type of situation. And again, like I said earlier, I really didn't want, although I didn't feel ready, I did not want him to go to a pound because he's a pit bull, and I didn't want him to get killed. I really didn't. You know, I don't think any dog deserves that. I really don't think that just because it's a certain breed that it deserves that. Like, absolutely not. I think people who automatically assume that pit bulls are dangerous are just ignorant on the subject. Like, I truly believe that. Like, there's no bad breeds, there's just bad owners, but not everybody thinks that way. So I didn't want to send him to a pound to get put down when he's just an innocent little puppy who had like no control over his situation, obviously. So we talked about it for maybe like 2 weeks, another 2 weeks, just to like make sure that we both felt like really ready to take on a puppy. And ultimately we obviously did. We got Ruger. His name is Ruger. We didn't name him. And honestly, we could have changed it because we got him and he's about 3.5 months old, and he really didn't know his name. Like he was really not trained very much because, like I said, like that kid that wanted him didn't take care of him. He's crate trained and that's about it. We could have changed it, but I think it's a cute name for like a little boy dog. And I honestly just call him Roo. So like little Roo, that's it. So I don't really care. That's a cute little name in my opinion. He is a little crazy man. I mean, no one's ever gonna be as crazy as our cat. Our cat is insane. Her 1-year birthday is coming up, and I'll probably do a video updating y'all on her and Aster as well. Her third birthday is coming up in April as well. So I'll be doing like updates on their birthday and like show you guys videos, because me and Nathan are like the crazy animal parents. I throw birthdays for my pets. Okay, so I've never put that on YouTube, but I probably will, because like now I feel like some of y'all that follow me are like invested in my animals, because I've just recently started posting about them, so I don't want to stop. So yeah, I'll do updates on our other pets like when their birthdays come up. And Ruger was born on December 1st, so that's his birthday. No one judge me, but for my dog's birthdays, I always get them the like little Big Macs, like the dollar menu, not Big Macs, I get them the dollar menu hamburgers from McDonald's just for their birthdays, okay? I don't do it all the time. It's once a year, okay? Don't sue me. He's a little fireball. He obviously has puppy energy because he's still a puppy. And he's super hard-headed, dude. Like, I can't teach him anything. He knows how to sit. He knows his name now. He's crate trained. And we've had him for like maybe a week or so. I'm gonna like put this on my lid and blend my eyeshadow into it. We've had him for like, as I'm filming this, I'm not sure when I'll actually get to post this, but when I'm filming it, we've had him for a week. And so he was already crate trained, and we taught him his name, and I taught him to sit, and he like half the time will listen to me when I say stay. But dude, it is like I've never met such a distractible dog. He gets distracted by anything. Like, I thought Levi was hard to train, because he was. It took me like a full year to really train him, like of full consistency, to like really train him to the point where I had faith like in his skills that he would listen to me inside and out of the house. I think it's gonna take even longer for this dog. Like, he's so freaking hard-headed. He doesn't freaking listen. Like, I know at this point, like, I know he knows his name and he doesn't listen. He's super easily distracted. Even if I have like treats or food or anything, like, it gets distracted by any little tiny thing. It is crazy. So it's gonna take a lot of hard work, a lot of like firm consistency, which I am very good at. I'm the one that's home all day because I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I'm cool with it. I knew that going in. You know, dogs need structure and consistency, and I can provide that, so I'm good. I just wasn't expecting him to be this hard-headed, like this crazy, but it's fine. And luckily, where we live, I was actually really worried because I had never thought about it before. We took him to the park with us the other day, and I was like, oh crap, like, what if our park has rules against pit bulls? And Nathan and I were both like, oh shit, like, we didn't even think of that. But luckily they don't, which is so great and so fortunate. I know so many people who go through that with their pit bull or like any bully breeds that they have. Like, there's such a stigma around them. Like, they can't even take their freaking dog to a park or to a dog park. There is a dog park in our town, I think, and we're gonna have to check the rules on that if they let pit bulls in, which is just so unfortunate, because it really just is like this horrible stigma that is so untrue, that they're just like born vicious. It's so untrue. It really is. And you know what also is funny to me, that to like put it in perspective of how it's really just this stigma around a certain breed, is that, you know, Levi, he was half Shar Pei, half German Shepherd. Shar Peis, no one knows this, okay? Shar Peis, those cute little wrinkly dogs that everyone loves and no one's afraid of, those were fighting dogs. Yeah, look that shit up. They were originally bred, I think, in China as fighting dogs. But no one thinks that they're dangerous. Everyone just thinks they're cute and look like little wrinkly teddy bears, because there's only stigma around bully breeds, at least in America, which is so freaking unfair. Like, I never got negative comments about Levi, only positive comments about how he looked like a little teddy bear all the time because his face was so cute and he had little wrinkles. But now we have to check the rules everywhere we go with our dogs, because we don't know if they allow pit bulls. It's crazy, just because some people fight their pit bulls because they're bad owners. Like, it's so unfair. It's so unfair to that breed. It really is, because this little puppy is like the sweetest little man. He would never do anything to hurt us. They are not born vicious at all. At all. You gotta pee? You gotta go potty? Let me go take him out. They need to go to the bathroom, and then they wanted to stay outside. Ciao. The amazing part, my favorite part, is that when Ruger and Aster met, they clicked immediately, and that just made me so incredibly happy and relieved, basically, because, you know, obviously you want your dogs to like each other, and especially because I was mainly getting a new dog because I wanted Aster to have a friend, because she obviously needed one. And just the fact that they immediately got along and started playing, and you guys, like, I actually cried. Like, I'm not gonna cry now. I'm not gonna cry now, but the day that I brought him back to our house and introduced him to Aster, and they started playing and chasing each other around, when I tell you guys, that's the first time that I've seen her run and play in 6 months. I cried, crying, because I was so happy. I'm not gonna cry now. Okay, so I just did brows and mascara off camera. I think I'm just gonna throw on one of my e.l.f. mattes. Oh, this is in the shade Praline. So I hope you guys liked this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed meeting our new puppy. And yeah, we just love him so much. So thank you guys so much for watching. My Instagram and my TikTok are down below. I'll also list everything I used on or off camera that I used on my face in case you're curious about anything. And I think that's all I have to say. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just have a good one. Bye.
I'm like, oh shit, I've been doing this a